Hi, I'm Hailey Wang. Today, a grade 9 student from BIPH. Today, I would like to talk about a topic that affects most of us, or is often surrounding us: cultural and gender stereotypes. Yes, I know, it sounds like a real party starter, but in all seriousness, these issues are not laughing matters. They all have a profound effect on our society and often go unnoticed until they're pointed. Have you ever been judged by someone based on your appearance, background, or belief? Have you ever been subjected to discrimination or treated unfairly because of a preconceived notion? I moved to Hong Kong when I was 6 and stayed there for about 7 years. For years, I was thinking about a question: why I don't feel like this is my hometown? I tried to be as cautious as I could every day and avoided speaking my mother tongue. The moment I returned, I knew. I chose to come back because this place can tolerate me. I can speak Mandarin without seeing those contemptuous eyes and listening to those people's whispers about the stereotypes of people from mainland. A few days ago, I was learning about discrimination in my psychology class. We saw the experiment, the blue eyes, brown eyes exercise, carried out by Jane Elliott after Martin Luther King's death. The subjects were her third graders. The first day, Elliott announced that children with blue eyes got the privilege, and those children were allowed to play in the playground and were perceived as children who are superior to the children with brown eyes. Now, but brown-eyed children were required to wear collars and were not allowed to play in the playground. The blue-eyed children seemed to have self-confidence, while the brown-eyed children started to exhibit signs of disassociation. The next day, Elliott announced that the brown-eyed children now were better than the blue-eyed children, and the situation switched over. After switching, it turns out that the brown-eyed children learn much more efficiently than the blue-eyed children. The final day, Elliott debriefed to her third graders and allowed those who wore the collars to rip the collars off. They ripped the collars into pieces as hard as they could. When I see their emotions all turn to the collars that had shackled them, I realized how discrimination, superiority, and inferiority can drastically affect a society. I recalled back to the time when I was in Hong Kong. In this moment, I decided I must show the seriousness of issues relating to discrimination to people around the world. Now, as I said, stereotypical issues are all around us. As social media and the internet have become an integral part of our lives, words like fashion trends, beauty standards, or body goals have become the labels that judge people based on their appearances. Everyone is most likely familiar with this family, or let's say the celebrities, the Kardashian family. Now, Kim Kardashian created a video introducing herself. She explained her identity as a mother, a law student, a millionaire, and a billionaire. Well, this video went viral. People were envious of her wealth. She defined the new beauty standards for females, and many people began to imitate her. One of her fans was named Christina Ashton, her lookalike. Now, Christina Ashton was also an internet celebrity. She ached for having the body shape like Kim's, so she had many plastic surgeries and became addicted to it. As you can see in the image, her body shape has already become distorted. The surgeries became so extreme that she died of cardiac arrest because of one. Now, this reflects the terrifying influence of new fashion trends on people. People were overwhelmed with these body anxiety. These beauty standards also create stereotypes for both women and men, especially women. We see that this obsession with gender starts very early. A particular body shape has become the standard, and internet celebrities all seem to have obtained this. this creates unrealistic beauty standards for both women and men. But the impact of these new beauty standards and stereotypes are far more severe than I can control. We can see further evidence of these creations of stereotypes through many TV shows and films. There's a short film called Bao. Probably most of us have heard of it. Created to convey the feeling of a mother seeing her son growing older and becoming less dependent on her. When we threw out my friends the other day about this short film, we thought that the physical features of the protagonist all seem to be alike, except Bao's girlfriend, who's the only one that is not Asian in the family. The short film is well made by a person with Asian heritage, but if you observe in detail, you can see that every Asian in the video has small eyes, thus creating a stereotype for other people about Asians' physical features. Speaking of Asian stereotypes, another famous TV show called The Two Broke Girls also has racial-related issues. Now, the main male character, Hailey, the boss of a Brooklyn restaurant, is presented as a short, asexual, and work-obsessed person. That actually creates a channel for people to label Asians as nerds and short men. This will lead to a dangerous circumstance, as people expect Asians to do good in academics and are nerds, which creates pressure and disappointments for Asians who don't. Lastly, Harry Potter. This movie not only has several scenes with racial-related issues, it perpetuates gender stereotypes surrounding females. J.K. Rowling describes the Muggles as mudblood and stupid people, and she also created social hierarchy in her fiction, as there are pure-blood people, half-blood, and Muggles. It would influence people's outlook of values. People would take it for granted that the creation of social statuses is a common phenomenon. Moreover, she also gave the Asian girl the name Cho Chen, a Chinese name instead of an English name like others. It does not only separate her identity as an Asian comparing with others, but it also delivers J.K. Rowling's stereotypes of Asians. In regards to femininity, we can see the issues of sexism through the two main female characters, Hermione and Ginny. Hermione was struggling hard to get Harry's and Ron's approval, while Ginny couldn't help blushing and stammering around Harry. They were presented as emotionally dependent people. We see girls so caught up in their emotions that they lose sight of the bigger pictures. Girls stay at the sideline of adventures while boys jump in. In the reality, most of women and girls are not actually always around boys, right? Because they have their own business to work on. But the sexist thoughts presented in the media can mislead people, especially young ones who haven't constructed clear outlook of the world and their own values. How do we change this? There are a number of steps that can start spreading support in the name of equalities. First, countries can construct museums introducing cultures around the world. People can use this chance to understand various cultures. It would also be a good idea to welcome foreigners' arrival, as this can increase the tolerance of cultures. We can see this tolerance already starting to appear with the emergence of international schools and organizations where we are at now. Last but not least, introducing the arts that reveal stereotypical issues to the high school educational system is vital. I particularly mentioned that the arts need to be introduced to the high school educational system, as senior students are more mature and insightful. With the introduction of this kind of arts to the educational system, people can establish a broader view of the world at an early age. So, It is time for us all, as individuals, to take actions to connect ourselves together. Although eliminating stereotypes completely will be impossible, it is necessary for the world to take actions. We need to bring positive values to the globe through the internet and social media, which will reduce the occurrence of stereotypes and people's judgments of others' appearance. As the society we're in is becoming more and more open, we must accept people no matter what their backgrounds are. There are a lot of things we can do to make a difference. Posting your thoughts on social media, replying to people's questions or concerns about stereotypes and cultures, creating communities or joining organizations that raise people's awareness of stereotypical issues, or even standing on this stage. I'm Hailey Wang. Thanks for listening.